Welcome back to Math Expressions with Miss Hasty. We are on lesson 7-3. You're going to be in your activity book on page 287. We're going to do 287 and 288 today, and then also take a look at your homework and remembering for 7-3. So let's begin on 287. Expressions and variables. A little bit like we did yesterday, except this time we're going to be working with variables. So sometimes you have an unknown and you use a letter to represent the unknown, but then when you are given the value, then you're able to put it into the expression and solve it. All right, here we go. Expression below contains letters or variables. A variable represents an unknown number. For example, we have 3.5 plus x. We don't know what x is. And divided by 0.01. 5 times p minus 2. T minus 6. 4 plus 10 times w. To evaluate or to solve an expression, substitute a value for the variable and then use the order of operations to simplify. Again, we have, oopsie. Gotta get my drawing tool out here. Thought I had it ready to go. Okay, here we have our order of operations box again. That's what we'll be using today. Okay, for example, evaluate p times p minus 2. Again, that's in parentheses. For p equals 10. Well, it tells us what p is, so we're just going to rewrite it with the 10 in place of the p. So now you have 5 times 10 minus 2. Substitute 10 for the p, and then you do 10 minus 2 first. Again, we'll use our little caret to show what did we do. That's how we get the 8. Subtract inside parentheses. Now it's 5 times 8, and then you multiply. Okay, so let's do some of these together. I'm going to blow this up a little bit so that I can get my ice cream cones going in there. All right. So number 1, we have m minus 4.7. Well, we're going to replace m with 10. So we're just going to rewrite the expression 10 minus 4.7. Okay, and then you're going to solve that. Remember, 10 doesn't have a decimal, and when it doesn't have a decimal, when we are subtracting, we need to add the decimal. So it's going to go after. So that would look like 10.0 minus 4.7. Okay, and then make sure you borrow. Alrighty, to do your subtraction. Well, again, I'm going to give you the answers for these so that you know what you're working towards. Alrighty, and when you finish that number 1, you should get 5.3. Okay, number 2, 5 divided by x, for x equals 1/3. So you rewrite it, 5 divided by, we know that x is 1/3. Now this goes back to how do we divide fractions? Remember, your whole number goes over 1. You're going to find the reciprocal for the second and turn it into a multiplication problem. So it becomes 5 over 1 times 3 over 1. All right? So your final answer, once you do your math, you will get 15. Number 3, 5 plus n times 4. N equals 3. Okay, so we're going to replace n with 3 and then follow your order of operations. We have addition and multiplication, so you need to multiply first. Okay, multiply first. 3 times 4 and 5 plus 12. Okay, you should get 17. Number 4, 1/5 times x. For x equals 15. So replace x with 15. 1/5 times 15. Okay, fraction times a whole number. Put your whole number over 1. Simplify first if you can. And you'll get an answer of 3. Number 5. 7.5 times, in parentheses, d minus 2.5. Well, d is equal to 3.5. So let's go ahead and rewrite it. 7.5 times 3.5 minus 2.5. Okay? So you're going to do your parentheses first. Solve 7.5 times your answer that you got there. Okay? And you would get just a 1 there. So that's a pretty simple one. So your answer when you are all finished is 7.5. Number 6, 48 divided by z minus 6, for z equals 14. So replace the z with 14. Rewrite it. Perform parentheses first. Everything else just moves down. And your final answer, when you are finished with that problem, you should get 6. Do your subtraction, divide, and your final answer will be 6. Number 7, 10 times, in parentheses, 0.05 plus q. q equals 1.2. Let's rewrite it with our new number, plus 1.2. Okay, again, parentheses first. Order of operation. Bring the 10 times down, solve, and when you are all finished, you should get 12.5. Okay. Number 8. 2 3/4 plus d minus 1 1/2. I'm going to make this a little smaller so we can see the whole thing. Plus 5 1/2, for d equals 1 1/2. Now we're getting a little longer here, so you're probably going to have to go to a piece of loose leaf to make sure you have enough room. All right, so I'm going to rewrite it with our new number, 1 1/2 minus 1 1/4 plus 5 1/2. And I don't have a lot of room here to do this. So we're going to go back to order of operation now. We have plus and minus throughout this expression. So you're going to work left to right. So you would do this one first, solve, then you would do your answer that you get minus the 1 1/4. Okay, bring everything down. All right, so one step at a time, left to right. So you do this addition, then you would get your answer, then subtract the 1 1/4, get your answer, and then add 5 1/2. And when you're all finished, you should end up with 8 1/2 at the bottom of your ice cream cone. Okay, the ice cream cone just kind of helps organize things. Number 9, 1,000 times h, for h equals 0.004. Okay, so let's go ahead and replace the h with 0.004. Go ahead and do your multiplication. All right, and check your answer. You should get 4 if you multiply correctly. Number 10, in parentheses, t plus 18 divided by 5, for t equals 17. So we're going to replace t with 17. Write out the rest of the expression. Parentheses first, get your answer, divide by 5. And when you are all finished, your answer for number 10 is 7. Got a little bit of a glare there for me. Okay, I have a little more room down here, so I'm going to do my ice cream cone. 54 divided by 3 times v, for v equals 3. So I'm going to write out my expression, replace the v with the 3. Now we do not have parentheses, but we do have a division and multiplication. So we work left to right. So you do 54 divided by 3 first, bring down your times 3, and then your final answer should be 54. Okay, number 12. 6 times 0.01 plus n times 0.01. N equals 2. So let's rewrite our expression, replacing the n with 2. Okay, and that's a times. All right, so no parentheses. We check that first. Then we have multiplication, addition, and multiplication. Okay, so we're going to work left to right with multiplication first. So you're going to do this one first. Move everything down. Okay, and then you're going to do this multiplication. Okay, move your answer down, right? And then you're going to add 2 last. Then you do the adding, okay? And when you are all finished, you should get 0.26 for that answer. Okay, moving on to page 2. Or the second page, I should say. For you, it's page 288. Alrighty, page 288, number 13. 4 friends earn $24 by washing cars and $M by mowing lawns. They want to divide the total equally, okay? Write an expression for the amount each friend gets. Well, we know that they made $24 washing cars plus M mowing lawns. We don't know how much they made. And then they want to divide it equally among the 4 friends. So this would be our expression. Now B, if they made $50 mowing lawns, how much should each friend get? And now we're going to replace our M with 50 and then solve. Okay, so 24 plus 50 divided by 4. Okay, you can make your ice cream cone and do the operations in order. First you'd add your 24 plus 50 because that's in parentheses, and then you would divide that by 4, and you should get a total of $18.50 for each. 14. There are 2/3 as many students in science club as in math club. If there are M students in math club, how many are in science club? Well, that's 2/3 of M, okay? That would be our expression. For B, if there are 27 students in math club, how many are in the science club? Well, 2/3, and we're going to replace that. See, bouncing. 2/3 times 27 students. Get 2/3 of 27. You're going to take your whole number, put it over 1, simplify if you can. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 27 divided by 3 is 2. 9 times 2, there are 18 students in the science club. 15. Kima's cat weighs 6 pounds more than her rabbit. Her dog weighs 3 times as much as her cat. Let R be the weight of Kima's rabbit. Okay, so how much does her cat weigh? Well, we know that it is 6 more pounds than a rabbit, so it's rabbit plus 6. We don't know rabbit, but we're going to use R as the rabbit, right? And then how much does her dog weigh? Well, the dog weighs 3 times. You can use the dot for times, or you can use the times, or the X for times. R plus 6. Okay, that would represent how much the dog weighs. Well, now we know if Kima's rabbit weighs 5 pounds, how much do her cat and dog weigh? Well, we're just going to replace that R with 5 and then solve from there. Start with parentheses first and then order of operation. Okay. How much do her cat and dog weigh? Well, the cat, they just told us that, well, the cat weighs 6 more. Wait, how much is the cat? More than the rabbit, okay? So if the rabbit weighs 5, then we know the cat is 11. Okay, 11 pounds. And LBS we're going to use. And then the dog weighs 3 times that. So 33 pounds for the dog. Okay, let's go ahead and turn to our homework and remembering. Do some review there. Okay, 7-3 homework side. Evaluate the expression. Do the same thing that we did in the activity. Okay, m divided by 0.3, m equals 1.8. Replace the m with the 1.8 and follow your order of operation. Okay, same for 1 through 9. Number 10, Max bought a pair of jeans for $32 and 3 t-shirts for $T each. Write an expression for the total amount Max spent. Okay, so we know the $32 for the jeans, plus he bought 3 t-shirts times T. Okay, if the t-shirt is $9, how much did Max spend? Go ahead and replace the T with the 9 and follow order of operation to get your final cost. Number 11, Luke is 4 years younger than Zoe. Mishka is half Luke's age. Let Z be Zoe's age. Go back to the activity that we did with the cat and the dog and the rabbit and see if you can solve for the ages. Okay, so use that activity to help you. And 7-3 remembering. Okay, 1 through 6 are dividing with decimals. In each one of these situations we have a decimal on the outside but not on the inside. Okay, just to remind you, what do? You add 1 to the inside, you move the one on the outside to the end to get rid of it because now it's after the digits. But if you move that one space, you need to move the one on the inside 1 space. Okay, and then you can rewrite that without the decimals. Okay, do the same thing for 1 through 6. And again, you can always check your work on a division problem by using multiplication. Number 7, write a word problem for the equation. Draw a model to show the products. So look at this as half of 4/5. All right, look back through your activity book for story problems, word problems that would work for that equation. And this is just a review, 8 through 13 of what we did in lesson 7-2. Okay, so follow that direction. And 14, stretch your thinking. Write a 2-operation expression that equals 31 when evaluated for x equals 5. So 2 operations, addition, multiplication, okay, but the answer has to equal 31 at the end. All right, and your part of your expression is going to have x, but then you will replace the x with 5. All right, so stretch your thinking on that one and see how you do. All right, again, we'll post the answers at the end of the day so that you can see how you did, guys. That concludes 7-3. Tomorrow is a quick quiz and fluency check. Okay? Have a great afternoon. See you later.